in the game.
One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Purdue Boilermakers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Nittany Lions will kick it away to start us off. Fielded in the end zone, it's Tuttle. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Boilermakers offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays, and so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was 2 big things. I think one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good headspace here early and turn the page from what happened the last time.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. Let's take a minute and look big picture at Purdue. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. 4-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player like that, the whole fan base gets jacked up. You see it all over social media, and it starts to build some momentum in your recruiting class.
They'll move the tight end. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Boilermakers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll go right back to it. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. Let's talk for just a second about Purdue. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
They think there's room to run to the right here. Let's take a minute and look big picture at Purdue. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. They'll fit right in.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
And the Boilermakers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Run in the red zone. It's McCoby. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
The Boilermakers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. After run, now throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Jackson. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
They've done a nice job marching the football down the field to get into this position in the red zone. You're throwing incomplete on 3rd down, so the question now, are you going for a touchdown, try to pay this drive off, or are you just going to take the points?
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And the returner will be brought down. The Nittany Lions offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the 2nd level of this defense, David.
Well, and this... big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
Just a short pass to the tight end.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
And the third down pass is incomplete. The Nittany Lions will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Here's the return. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. He wants to throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Jackson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Using his legs, it's McCoby. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Boilermakers will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Soft spot in the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. Drew Aller feels as if he has unfinished business at Penn State. Tyler Warren is gone, but Aller still with a plethora of weapons at his disposal, and maybe, David, giving him a path to redemption in the college football playoff.
Yeah, and when we saw him finish, it wasn't the best, right? He made the big turnover. They had a chance to go to the national title game, but Penn State took some next steps, and he took some next steps. So if the talent in this offense, another year with Colton Ecke, the running backs back, like this offense could really take that next step.
The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with second and short. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Looking for a man. It's Aller. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They're dealing with a second and long. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. Dead center perfect. And the 3 ball locks us up as we get closer to the half. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Old Dominion is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over Georgia Southern. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. With the catch, it's McCoby. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ross-Ade Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. We've got a good one going here in the third quarter, all tied up as he's set to kick it away. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
The Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Scanning the field, it's out. Pressure coming. On the run, still looking. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a second and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Using the quick game. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide, he sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass, you'll take that completion.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
It's not sexy, it's not pretty, it's actually kind of old school because people don't really run a lot of QB sneaks anymore. You don't even see quarterbacks under center that much. But what do? You keep your momentum going. You've already strung together a bunch of plays. Now is not the time to get super aggressive. Way to go high percentage, run the quarterback sneak, get the first down.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Singleton. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He caught it! And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Back to pass, it's Aller. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense, seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him out.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds his tight end. That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Quarterback may change this route. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
And the Boilermakers will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. He'll pull it on the read. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. He's got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down. Kick is in the air. He'll field the punt and take it back. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off play action on first down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jackson.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up second and 5, third and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the first down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
The give on the option. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. This Nittany Lion defense has just been suffocating. The front seven has been dominant. Guys like Jack Ham would be proud.
Yeah, just big, physical, just owning the guys up front. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Penn State D-line just dominating this football.
Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physical.
Breaks into the open. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing.
Touchdown, Purdue! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. And we've got a tie game in the waning moments.
Such a good game, back and forth, back and forth. This is why all the conditioning, all the work in the offseason, late in the game, everybody's tired. Who's going to make that play that you never forget?
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Allard. Fakes to grab. Got room at the 35. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot, the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Whatever the fastest tempo they have is, that's what they'll use. Second down, he'll throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Pena. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They just keep firing, scrambling away. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Back to pass on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Singleton. And he'll be brought down. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. They love to make this kick easier by picking up a few on third down. It's 56 yards out from here. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Nittany Lions will punt this one away.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Not much time left, but the offense has a shot to end this one in regulation. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Catch in the middle, it's Jackson. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. The throw to the outside is complete, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Offense gets set for second down.
Awesome body control and great job, too, knowing where he is on the field to make sure he got his feet down in bounds. At this point, this guy's been open all over the field, and if I'm the QB, man, I keep throwing him the ball.
Man, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game.
If I'm a QB coach, I'm grabbing my quarterback right away and be like, listen, we're going to get another opportunity. It's the fourth quarter. It's a tie game. Our defense is going to get a stop for us. You got to get your confidence back. You got to get back in this ball game. We're going to need you again down the road. You are not done.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offensive line has got to be able to hold up here for this QB.
Yeah, because you need to take shots beyond the sticks so the clock will stop and you can save every second you have.
Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
How nice is it as a defense when you've got a corner that can play on an island and can be as dominant as this guy has been all game long? You just saw another great example of it right there. Breaking on the ball and knocking it away.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to throw, it's Allard. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
To the air on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Singleton. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. The offense gets the timeout, 12 ticks left on the clock.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you, running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Timeout is called by the defense, and 12 seconds remain in the football game. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. And this to take the lead, and it's getting late. From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that one. Took the lead with that late clutch field goal, and now to see if they can get a stop and keep them from tying the game in the closing seconds. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Jackson. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Purdue.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Under fire. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. It has been said that the obstacle is the way, and this obstacle is now back-to-back losses.
Back-to-back L's. It's not the end of the world, though. I still finish the season strong. It's not over yet. 2 bad weeks. Flush it down the toilet. Refocus the mechanism. We're ready to rock and roll next week.
It just needs to be about finding.
So much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another